and she was like, hey, I've been looking for you. I was like, what, you been looking for me? She was like, yeah. I said, for what? She was like, oh, to do some of the art. I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked because I was like, man, me? Oh, but for sure, I'm ready.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been prepared this whole time, man. So I have a painting over here, and it's called Set the Table. Set the Table is basically about preparation for the physical. So I painted a red plate with a fork and a knife on the other side of it, and I put physical money in the middle. And that's just a representation of being prepared for things to come. It draws back to my family background. My grandmother and my aunts would always tell the kids to set the table, to get ready to eat, because they would serve it, but we are setting up for the actual activity. And that's the same thing with life, right? I'll give you another example. So I came in here to this gallery. This gallery opened in April, Of Color Creatives. I came in here and I was just coming in for a photo shoot, but I had been painting around the city for a long time.
Yeah.
But just so happened, Marissa was here that same day, and she was like, hey, I've been looking for you. I was like, what, you been looking for me? She was like, yeah. I said, for what? She was like, oh, to do some of the art. I said, for real? She was like, yeah, we're thinking about having some artists come here and either do a showcase or do a solo exhibition. I was like, what? And this was right at the time where I'd quit my 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So it was right on time, but I had been prepared all along. And she was like, you can either place a piece of art in this exhibition or you can have a solo exhibition. And I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked because I was like, man, me? Oh, but for sure, I'm ready.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been prepared this whole time, man. I had so much ambition built up that I could fill this space.
Yeah.
And same alike. She had ambition. And the whole Of Color creative team, Steve and Rudy. And again, team is important with that, right?
Yeah.
Just being prepared yourself, right? If you don't know exactly how to get it, you can only prepare, right?
Yeah.
You plant the seeds, you know what I mean? You water the garden, you just do the steps,
Yeah.
and everything else will fall in line, you know what I mean? You'll come in contact with somebody who can help you, you know what I mean? And it's upon you to receive that help or take it upon yourself to believe in yourself, to go forward with it, you know, in anything.
No, I love that. I believe in the idea that you got to create your own luck, right? You talked about you had the preparation, you had just transitioned from your 9 to 5, and then boom, you get this opportunity to have a solo exhibition. I would challenge you to get a little more granular, right? What did that preparation look like for you from a tangible level? Like, what can you say, like, hey, I did these 3 or 4 things or X, Y, and Z to prepare myself to make that transition out of my 9 to 5 that someone else may be able to do to make that same transition?
Of course, save some money. You know what I mean? That's the first things first. Save some money, so you're just not going in there willy nilly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have a good cushion, right?
Yeah.
But also set up plays, right? Set that table. Have a good resume that you can take to the bank, right? I did this, this, and this, just like you would apply for another job, and say why you're apt to do this, right? A lot of people want to be like, hey, this is what I do, but not what can you bring to the table, right? This is what I can bring to the table. So a lot of times when, before I got this opportunity, I was teaching classes, I was teaching art classes. I was like, I would make proposals. So proposals is very important to your journey. Proposals are how you set the table for yourself. Proposals are how you set the table for business and companies. This is what I do, right? This is what I'm offering. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a budget for that. Well, let me teach one class. Let me bring some people in here.
Yeah.
Let me do an Eventbrite. Let me perform, right? And sometimes you may have to do some work for free, of course, just to earn your keep. But that's why you got that cushion. You done saved up some money so you can, you know what I mean, do some things for free and showcase, you know. But again, that proposal is super important.
Yeah.
Even before doing this exhibition, I wrote up a proposal for Marissa. And even when I come to bring new pieces, she's like, all right, let me see it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's respected. You know what I mean? She's not going to let me do nothing crazy, you know, and that's just your team keeping you accountable. You know what I mean? And yourself too. You can't just think that you can just come into any situation and just be like, hey, word of mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From me. Now you have to prove and earn your keep and show what you can bring to the table. So just taking time to do that, do the proposals, and showcasing your talent however way you can.
Yeah.
Right? Social media.
Yeah.
Building your platform through that way. If you're an artist, you know, you paint. If you're a baker, you bake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And make it look good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Invest in the proper camera materials.
Yeah.
Invest in your tools, definitely. Because a lot of artists be like, yo, how'd you get this color? Well, I use a specific color all the time. I use Master's Touch. For any painters out there, go to Hobby Lobby. It's Master's Touch, half off every other weekend.
He giving the jewels now. That's the jam.
Sure. You know, I want everybody to win. So
yeah.
That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely have the tools that produce the best product that you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And again, you know, make that proposal, break it down for them. What's the cost breakdown? What does your time frame look like? How long does it take? What is the insurance, if any? You know, you do have to be practical. You know what I mean? So.